Quick question. Have you ever sent a text, stared at the screen, and then spent the next hour wondering if your emoji made you sound desperate, sarcastic, or like a middle-aged dad confirming a hardware delivery? Yeah, me too. And that, my friends, is overthinking. Welcome back to Stick Figure Sense, the channel where we untangle life's messy habits one stick at a time. Before we jump in, hit like if you've ever overanalyzed anything, so basically all of us, and drop a comment with the weirdest thing you've ever caught yourself overthinking. Let's see who wins the gold medal in mental gymnastics. So, you got a text. It's a nice text, a positive text. It says, "Hey, had a great time last night." This should be a 1-second mental event. You read it, feel a happy little blip. Type back, "You too," and move on with your life. Maybe grab a snack. Maybe frolic in a meadow if that's your thing. But if you're like me, frolicking doesn't happen. Because we don't let things go. We ruminate. Instead of enjoying that sweet dopamine hit of human connection, your brain, that overpriced supercomputer you carry around in your skull, kicks into forensic analysis mode. Suddenly, you're inspecting punctuation like a detective dusting for fingerprints. He used an exclamation point. Is that genuine excitement or fake enthusiasm? Is he overcompensating? Was it not a great time? Then the emoji. A smiling face. But is it a real, full-face smile? Or one of those tight little smiles you give your aunt when she gifts you socks for Christmas and you have to act like foot warmth is the greatest blessing known to man? You tumble into a rabbit hole of emoji politics. A wink would have been too flirty. A heart, way too much. A thumbs up, that's just middle-aged dad confirming a hardware delivery vibes. So you draft your reply. Me too, it was so fun. Too eager. Delete. Yeah, it was good. Too cold. Like a noir detective brushing off a case. Delete. Finally, you settle on, haha, me too. Perfect. Diplomatic. A ceasefire has been reached in the text message peace summit. You hit send, and that's when the real torture begins. Minutes pass. Then an hour. No reply. Your brain transforms into a full-blown detective agency with 0 credentials. He saw it. The double blue check marks are there. Why no reply? Is he busy? Or talking to someone cooler, someone who doesn't dissect punctuation like they're writing a thesis, someone who still says YOLO unironically? You put the phone down, try to watch a show, but your brain is now writing a multi-volume novel titled The Slow, Painful Collapse of My Social Life. You check Wi-Fi, restart your phone, consider texting a friend for advice, but realize you'd have to explain the whole saga and risk them saying, "Yeah, you're overthinking." And then you'd have to overthink that too. That, my friend, is overthinking. Not just thinking with a vengeance. Why we overthink, it's not you, it's Kevin. Here's the good news. You're not broken. You're not uniquely doomed. Your brain just has questionable staffing. Imagine your brain as an overzealous security guard named Kevin. Kevin is well-meaning, hardworking, and deeply committed to his job. But Kevin hasn't updated his software since the Stone Age. Back then, Kevin was essential. He saw a saber-toothed tiger, he hit the panic button. Cortisol flooded your body, adrenaline spiked, and boom, you ran. Life saved. Kevin gets a raise. Today, the saber-toothed tigers are gone, but Kevin's still on the payroll. And he's bored, so he improvises. He sees danger everywhere. A weird look from your boss? That's a tiger. An unanswered text? Definitely a tiger. An awkward silence in conversation? Not just a tiger, an entire pride of them. Unionized and out for revenge. Kevin's logic goes like this. If I prepare you for every possible outcome, you'll never be blindsided. So he runs endless disaster drills in your head. What if she thinks I'm weird? What if they secretly hate me? What if this email ruins my career? Let's prepare a 50-page report on the letter K and why it's the rudest text reply in history. Kevin's intentions are good. But he's stuck in fight-or-flight mode in a world where the biggest threat is someone leaving you on read. So instead of protecting you, he exhausts you. He's like a fire alarm that goes off not just for fires, but for burnt toast, scented candles, or someone thinking about fire 2 houses over. Helpful? Not so much. The hidden costs of overthinking. Kevin's antics don't just waste your time. They drain your joy and your energy in sneaky ways. 1. Paralysis of analysis. This is when you waste so much time deciding that you end up doing nothing. You want dinner. 40 minutes later, you've scrolled through every food app. You've considered price, nutrition, and whether your choice reflects your values as a human being. Overwhelmed, you give up and eat peanut butter straight from the jar. Decision avoided, but also dinner avoided. 2. The joy tax. Overthinking robs you of the present. You're at a concert, but instead of feeling the music, you're reliving that awkward joke from 3 days ago. You're on a date, but instead of listening, you're silently screaming, "Why did I bring up the time I glued my hand to my face?" That's not a first date story. That's barely a fifth date story. You're paying for the ticket, but you're not even there. 3. The energy drain. Mental spirals are exhausting. You can spend hours debating the tone of an email, rewriting it, deleting it, and sending it, only to immediately regret it. At the end of the day, you've barely moved, but you feel like you ran a marathon. Except marathons at least come with medals. Overthinking just leaves you tired and cranky. How to stop overthinking? One thought at a time. Here's the good news. You can tame Kevin. Not fire him, he means well, but retrain him. And the way to do it is not all at once, but one thought at a time. Step 1. Catch the critic. The first step is awareness. You can't fix what you don't notice. And so when you realize, oh, I'm currently writing an imaginary tragedy about my life because someone hasn't texted me back in 20 minutes, pause. Don't judge it. Just notice it. Pretend you're narrating a wildlife documentary. And here we see the human in its natural habitat spiraling over punctuation. Note the furrowed brow, the distant stare, the phantom arguments forming in their head. Fascinating. That tiny act of noticing creates distance. You're no longer drowning in the storm. You're observing it through a window. Step 2, label and dismiss. Once you notice, give the thought a label. Worrying, catastrophizing, replaying. When you say, that's just worrying, the thought shrinks. It goes from big scary monster to boring background process. Then dismiss it. Thanks, brain. Noted. Don't need that right now. It's like politely rejecting a flyer for a timeshare you definitely don't want. Step 3. The 3-2-1 grounding trick. Overthinking lives in the past or future. To break it, you need to yank yourself into the present. Try this. Name 3 things you can see. My chipped coffee mug, the shadow on the wall, that one leaf shaking differently from the others. Name 2 things you can feel. The texture of my jeans, the cool air from the vent. Name 1 thing you can hear. The hum of the fridge I forgot existed until now. Simple. Boring. Weirdly effective because you can't fight imaginary disasters while you're focused on dust motes and fridge noises. Step 4. Make a worry appointment. Your brain loves to dump problems on you at the worst times, like 3 a.m., so schedule them. When Kevin barges in, say, not now. Worry time is at 4:30. Put it in your calendar, then at 4:30, sit down and let your brain go wild for 10 minutes. Write down every what if. Most of it will already feel silly. The rest, at least it's confined to a box instead of leaking into your whole day. Step 5, embrace good enough. Perfectionism is rocket fuel for overthinking, so stop chasing perfect and settle for good enough. Dinner? Pick the first option that looks decent. Clothes? Grab the first outfit that's cleanish. Projects? Flip a coin. If you're disappointed by the result, congrats. You just discovered what you actually wanted. The point is, action beats paralysis. A good enough decision now is better than a perfect decision that never comes. Step 6, schedule think time and no think time. Brains think that's their thing, but you can train yours to do it on your terms. Set aside 10 minutes in the morning for think time. Journal, brainstorm, worry a little. Then close shop. Later, when Kevin barges in, you say, not now. Bring it to me tomorrow morning. You're not ignoring your brain, you're scheduling it like a boss. Wrapping it up. Overthinking is a habit. You've practiced it for years. You're practically an Olympic-level ruminator. You won't quit overnight. Some days you'll spiral. That's okay. This isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Catching yourself one spiral earlier than before. Choosing good enough over endless loops. Spending a little less time building imaginary disasters and a little more time actually living. Because you are not your thoughts. You're the person who notices them, labels them, and shows them the door. So the next time Kevin storms in with a 50-page what-if report, smile and say, thanks, but not today. And that's it. Your crash course in firing Kevin the security guard in your head. Or at least putting him on a coffee break. Now I want to hear from you. What's the funniest, weirdest, or most ridiculous thing you've ever completely overthought? Was it a text, an outfit, choosing dinner? Drop it in the comments so we can all laugh and realize we're not alone in this. And hey, don't overthink this next part. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and join the Stick Figure Sense crew. But seriously, no pressure, only if it feels right. We're all practicing this whole not spiraling thing together. Until next time, take it one stick at a time.